Hey, welcome to Venture Asheville's Investomercials. Our first time doing it here at the Wedge Brewing. We got a whole bunch of folks inside. We got 5 companies. We're really excited to get started. You want to come with us? All right, let's go. Come on. Oh my gosh, come on in. Can you believe this? This is exciting. Oh my gosh. I feel like Arsenio Hall. This is wonderful. Thank you all so much for being here for the first Investomercial. You ready to kick it off, meet some of our companies? All right, great. So hi and welcome to the 2023 Summer Investomercial Series by Venture Asheville. We are so excited to have you here. I'm the Director of Venture Asheville, Jeffrey Kaplan, broadcasting to you live from the Wedge Brewing right here in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. Now, even though we're broadcasting from a brewery and we're in Beer City, I can't drink beer all day. Believe him, he's right. Wow, what a great audience. Between this show, between the podcast, all the public speaking I have to do, I actually drink tea most of the day. And if you're like me, this is your routine. You take the biggest thermos you have, you fill it with hot water, and you throw the cheapest bag of tea you have right in there, swirl it around, and hope that's going to keep it going all day long. At best, you get a mediocre cup of brown water to get you through your day. Well, I'm really excited to introduce you to our first founder today, Ashley Haywood with Embrew Tea. She has figured out how to make a more convenient, higher quality, better tasting, better for you cup of tea. I can't wait for her to introduce herself and what she has going on. Please help me welcome Ashley Haywood of Embrew Tea.
When I want a cup of tea, I have to make it in between a million different things. I'm making lunches, shuffling the kids off to school, doing sales calls, Zoom calls, setting up doctor's appointments, making sure kids get to doctor's appointments, and making sure that I get my kids' teachers' gifts. Shoot, Danielle, write that down because I haven't got my kids' teachers' gifts yet. And the last day of school is Friday. Needless to say, as a mom, I have a million things to do on any given day, and I'm really just waiting for that single perfect moment at the end of the night when my kids are in bed, it's silent, and I've opened the tea cabinet. I want a tea that's going to just wow me. It's going to make all the chaos of the day worth it. I want to melt into that cup of tea. But I don't want to mess with loose leaves, infusers, sticky honey, and please, God, don't give me another thing to clean up. But I also don't want to settle for a mediocre cup of tea either from a grocery store. But now that I've created Embrew, I have a premium grade, lightly sweetened tea bag that gives me that loose leaf tea house experience in less than 4 minutes and 0 cleanup. So now, Jeff, the only decision that I have to make is which mug am I going to put it in, right? So I have my teas. I've shared them with over 10,000 customers. And now I'm refining my retail strategy. I'm updating packaging. So this is what my current packaging looks like. And this is what it's going to look like in August when I launch in retail stores the new packaging. So my tea is currently in 30 retail locations, restaurants, cafe, boutique shops, gourmet grocery stores. And my goal is for the end of the year to be in 100. So I'm going to use trade shows in order to get there, but they're expensive. So I'm here today looking for an equity partner that can get into the trenches with me, accelerate this thing so that we can exit in the next 3 years.
All right, good job. This is a great job, Ashley. Fantastic. I know I'm dying to try one. Can I start off on one of your flavors, the lavender chamomile kick?
Yes, please do. So the lavender chamomile kick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'll tell you about it. It's very chamomile forward. This is my most layered tea. The lavender hits after the chamomile, and your mouth is going to feel the peppermint more than you're going to taste it. And then when you pull the cup away, you probably felt a tingle in your throat, and that's the kick of cayenne, which makes it my best-selling herbal.
That's absolutely what I'm experiencing. It's so cool. From the tip of your lips to the back of your throat, you get a flavor experience at every step of your sip. It's so cool.
Thanks.
And it's so great and delicious. And I always thought that the loose leaf, big, overproduced, step-by-step process was where you're getting your value from tea, and you're showing me it's not true.
Right. So what you're probably doing at home is using a few things like this to make your tea. It's really cumbersome. I think what we should do, just to make the point crystal clear, is we should have a race. I want you to prepare your cup of tea the way that you normally do to get a really nice high-end cup of tea, and then I will make mine. So, who has a timer? Can you start a timer? Thank you.
Timer in the back? Awesome. Thank you. Okay, ready?
Yes.
On your mark?
Get set.
Go.
Go.
You're not doing anything. You're just standing there. Okay. Open my tea bag. Open my tea bag. Open. This is how I do it at home, too. This is exactly how I do it at home. My hands shake and I can't open. Wait, 2 or 3. I made a mess.
Follow the instructions.
I don't have time for instructions. My kids are screaming upstairs. Under. Do under. I go
this
under.
Is the longest part.
I go
right
under.
Here.
We'll squeeze. That's not the right amount. That's not right. Okay, onto my finger. Are you done with that?
I'm done.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, and then do that. Even without drinking this, I think you've made your point. Thank you for that. Now, one of the things that's really cool about your tea is that it's perfectly sweetened, and you get it from multiple steeps. Because when I drink tea, I don't usually use a little mug like this. I use a big mug like yours. Right. So how do you formulate that balance? Well,
typical tea bags usually look like this. They're tiny. They have a pinch of tea in there, and their instructions will tell you to use 8 ounces of water. These cups right here that he's drinking out of are 6 ounces, so it's only a little bit more than that. And we're all drinking out of big kid mugs now, right? So 12, 14, 16 ounces. I wanted to make sure that I was putting enough tea in the tea bag so that you could get a really rich cup of tea. So it's not only that there's sweetener added, there are high-end loose leaf ingredients in there too that is going to give you a really great cup of tea without using 2 of these tea bags. So that's the idea, and it's also enough ingredients so that you can take the tea bag and use it a second time for a second steep. Just brew it twice as long the second time with the same tea bag. You can also take that used tea bag and put it in a cup of water in your fridge and cold brew iced tea for the next day. So.
Nice. Now, you already mentioned it briefly, but could you walk us through the full product line and what we'll find in stores?
Sure. So the flavors that are my personal favorite is the creamy honey oolong. Tastes just like a butter cookie or a shortbread cookie. The flavor of Asheville is lemon candy ginger. The people here love that one. We've got cocoa berry black, that's sweetened with granulated maple. Let's see, jasmine honey green, strawberry yopon hops, and I have a total of 10 blends of tea, and they're all my favorite.
Well, Ashley, we are so excited for you, and if you are interested in becoming a strategic partner with Ashley, please contact her through the show notes on this live broadcast. Now, I know there's some folks in the audience that have some questions for Ashley. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Right here. All right.
Yeah, hi, Ashley. The idea for a sweetened tea bag is pretty genius, but almost like a no-brainer. So do you have any competitors that are doing similar things?
So I wanted a sweetened tea bag myself for the first thought of it like 15 years ago. It seemed like such an obvious thing, right? Because so many people, I shouldn't say everyone, but so many people are putting a little bit of sweetener in with their tea. I'm a little bit lazy. I like things to be easy, but I couldn't find it on Google. I couldn't find it in stores. And once I launched, a couple of others started popping up. You may have heard of tea drops. Tea drops is a similar concept. They make little tiny tea cakes that dissolve in your cup, but they leave residue at the bottom. They don't use anything other than organic sugar, so there's a differentiator there. And there's another company that does southern sweet tea with stevia, and that's just not something I can get on board with. So the competition is really not there, and I just can't understand it. So we are ripe for a waiting market in this area.
That's fantastic. Any other questions for Ashley? Yes, over here. Hi.
Hi, Ashley. How will you use any investment money to accelerate the growth of your tea sales and your tea company in ways that you're not doing already?
Thank you.
Good question.
So I've just gotten into trade shows. I did my first one this year, and they are astronomically expensive. It's something that the small guys just can't really afford to do. So I have a couple lined up for the rest of the year, but I need to do more in order to get my product in front of buyers when they're ready to write that order. So I'm not having to call and show up and hire a salesperson. That all can come later. But trade shows are really the entry point for me to accelerate this thing. And I also have some tasting opportunities. There are subscription services that allow samplings, which you will see later. But those things all cost money. They don't buy the product. You have to put it in there and pay for it yourself. So again, all those things cost a lot of money, but the best way to get converted customers is to get them to taste it. So that's my goal.
All right, great job, Ashley Haywood from Embrew Tea. Unbelievable, fantastic job. Congratulations, that was good, really great. Good job.